This is the Art Marketing Minute with Eric Rhodes, author of the Amazon best-selling book, Make More Money Selling Your Art. In the Marketing Minute, we answer your questions to help your art career. Brought to you by artmarketing.com, the place to go to learn more about marketing. Now, here's your host, Art Magazine publisher, Eric Rhodes.
Thank you, Jim Kipping, and thank you for joining us today. I am here. My goal is to eliminate the idea of the starving artist. So let's get right to today's questions. Here's a question from Chuck in Atlanta. Chuck says, Eric, I want to sell more, but I'm overwhelmed by all the things I should be doing. And frankly, I'm not sure if I could even ask somebody to buy my paintings. I'm kind of shy. Well, Chuck, you're not so shy that you wouldn't ask the question, so that's a good start. You're not alone, but you have to ask yourself if being shy is serving you or it's getting in your way. I'd say the best thing you can do is start out to seek ways to build some confidence and maybe get you comfortable with selling your own art. Now, this is going to be hard to believe for you, but I was a complete introvert, very shy, very afraid to speak to people one-on-one and never get in front of a group. And yet today I'll stand in front of thousands of people and be silly and feel comfortable with it. And I learned how to do this by some of the things I'm going to tell you to do. One of the things I'm going to tell you to do, or suggest anyway, to build confidence, join Toastmasters Club. They have one in every town. And Toastmasters really teaches you how to speak in front of other people. I was mortified. I didn't want to go. My palms were sweating. I was just like freaking out that I was going to have to talk to people. And they made everybody kind of stand up and do 30 seconds on who they are and what they do. And that was pretty tough. And then, they just do it every time and everybody gets a chance to speak and they teach you how to do it. And by the end of the time there, I was like, I could have stood up in front of that whole thing and done somersaults. I was so happy with it. So that'll help you. I'd also suggest a Dale Carnegie course on how to win friends and influence people. It's a good way to learn how to be around people. And they also do a sales course. You might want to take that. So anyway, keep that in mind. And remember, sales is not what it used to be. There used to be old school sales techniques that were sleazy. But today it doesn't have to be that way. Some of the car dealers still operate that way, but most of them don't. And so you want to do things that basically are helping people discover what they want, helping them discover how to get what they want. And these courses will help you see the world through a different lens and help you get out of your comfort zone. And we all have to get out of our comfort zone to grow a little bit. If you do these things, you'll pull yourself out to some new behavior and get rid of the behavior that's not serving you. I didn't want to be shy, but I was painfully shy, and I just, I didn't know how to overcome it. Somebody suggested these things to me, and I did them. And you're very capable of helping yourself if you do something, but you got to take action and do it today. Don't hem and haw around about it. Just do it. Pick up the phone and do it. Next question is from Dawn T. in Pasadena, California. I love Pasadena. I'd like to live there. Mr. Rhodes, I watched one of your video interviews and you talked about the importance of getting out to events and meeting people and how it can help your career. Can you tell me more about that? Sure, I can, Dawn, but first off, Mr. Rhodes is my grandfather. Call me Eric. I'm not big on formalities. Have you ever heard of the artist Charlie Hunter? Charlie's become pretty well known, pretty famous these days. Charlie had come to my paint camp in the Adirondacks, the Publisher's Invitational. I think it was the first year, about 10 years ago. And though he was very outgoing, personally, he was very insecure about his painting, and he had never been part of the plein air community and had hardly even painted outdoors. But because we all bring our paintings in at night, everybody looks at them, we all started noticing how good he was, and he started building confidence. I noticed him too, and I gave him my 2 cents worth about his paintings and that I loved them. In fact, I have 3 of them right here in the studio, the podcast studio, that I bought from him that week. And I'm glad I did because they've gone up in value tremendously. Anyway, not that that's why I buy paintings, but I ended up doing an article about him. He started getting invited to plein air events, and then he started winning awards, and now he's famous and he's selling a ton of work. His workshops are in high demand, and he's a rock star. And that all kind of started because he got himself out there. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute that I did this for him. He did this. He did it by taking a chance, putting himself out there, putting himself at risk, and he built confidence from others. He got feedback. He learned the ropes of the plein air world. He met a lot of people, made a lot of contacts, and made his career happen. Actually, Larry Putnam did the same thing by coming to the first plein air convention. She couldn't even afford to go, but she decided she needed to be there, and she got there. She got noticed, kept coming back. Of course, she's very famous now. And I just saw a young guy at our Fall Color Week up in Canada recently, and his name was Jed, and Jed came to Fall Color Week. I noticed everybody was marveling about his paintings, and he does acrylics, and they're beautiful. So the event gave him some exposure to the crowd, gave him some confidence, resulted in some things happening in his career, and I even ended up putting him up on the faculty for the acrylic at Plein Air Convention. So I think it's a pretty cool thing to do stuff like this. Getting out there is really important. It doesn't have to be one of my events. It doesn't have to be a Plein Air Magazine event. It can be anywhere painters gather, but you want to get out there, get to know people, have them get to know your work, help you build your confidence, learn the ropes, and you got to take a little risk to make progress. You'll make friends that'll help you along the way, because no man or no woman is an island, right? I hope this helps. Anyway, that's not so much direct marketing or advertising advice, but these things are important in marketing. So I thought this was a good time to put those questions in there. Well, this has been the Art Marketing Minute with me, Eric Rhodes. My goal in life is to eliminate the idea of the starving artist and to help your dreams actually come true. So if you want to submit questions, simply email eric@artmarketing.com. And to learn more about marketing ideas, you can visit artmarketing.com. Thanks for listening.